Hi, I'm Will, and this is the 31 Days of Lifetime, a sort of advent calendar for people who finally get to go on their African Christmas vacation. I've made it my mission this year to watch every offering in Lifetime's 2020 holiday catalog, but I won't be doing it alone. Each day, I'll be joined by a special guest or guests that will help me dig into these instant Christmas classics. Today, I am joined by the loves of my lifetime, Emily Kipp and Zach Tabor.
Merry Christmas, Will!
Merry Christmas, Emily. Merry Christmas, Zach. We're going to be discussing the sixth film in Lifetime's lineup, The Christmas Aunt. When Rebecca Miller returns home to Tennessee 2 weeks before Christmas to take care of her niece and nephew while their parents are away, the last thing she expected is to reconnect with her childhood best friend, Drew. As she attempts to revive the kids' Christmas spirit and redeem their faith in Santa, she rediscovers her favorite childhood activity, 12 Days of Christmas, something she always did with Drew. As the kids' faith in the holiday grows, Rebecca and Drew's friendship returns, and she starts looking at Drew in a whole new light. The Christmas Aunt premiered on November 1st and stars Keisha Knight-Pulliam and Jared Joseph.
I forgot her name the whole movie, so in all my notes it just says Rudy.
I think that's fair. What is your relationship with Lifetime Christmas movies?
This is the first Lifetime Christmas movie I've ever watched.
This is the first Lifetime movie I've ever intentionally watched.
What did you guys think of our two leads?
Well, honestly, their whole relationship really confused me, you know? We don't even find out until halfway through the film that these two had an almost romantic past.
Right.
I mean, it's just talked about the fact that they were best friends, and then all of a sudden she's like, that Christmas, you broke my heart that Christmas. And it's like, what Christmas? What happened? What are you talking about? So it kind of came out of nowhere.
I think she also forgives him way too easy.
Yeah,
because he like breaks her heart and she doesn't even bring it up until halfway through the movie. Like, what is going on?
But as far as like them individually,
they are what they are.
They are what they are. It's very like every cliche that you could expect, like down to the fact that as soon as I saw the fact that she recognized that old truck.
I'm honestly surprised at how long it took to get to a movie like this where they were friends before. Yeah. So far there have been a lot of like, oh, we're meeting for the first time. Obviously still a lot of like, you know, big city girl goes to a small town, of course. Yeah. And quits her job and dreams to be the man.
Of course she does.
And at least in this one, it actually I was glad that she quit her job.
She didn't
like,
quit
it
her
made
job
sense.
for him.
Yeah.
She's definitely a cool boss lady and like stayed that the whole time.
What did Drew do? I mean, he taught music. But like, what did he do? Also, I'm sure we'll talk about this, but like the fact that there was so much practice and so much buildup to those two kids just ringing some bells was a lot to take in.
I thought it was entertaining that the first scene they go into the classroom, the music classroom, there's like a staff with all these notes, and I'm like, for what song? This is bells.
Yeah. She also picks him up and the kid goes, hold on, I forgot my sheet music. And he runs back and his entire backpack and his jacket and everything are still there. Like, you didn't forget your sheet music. You didn't grab anything.
Maggie and Dan, right?
Yeah, two adult names.
I know.
It started with her saying she wanted to restore both of their like belief in Santa. There's no way that girl is gonna.
No, first of all, why would they cast someone that's taller than the female lead? I mean, she was taller, and like, there was no way that grandma and that grown-ass teenage girl would not have been fine for 2 weeks. Like, there's no way. Also, the setup that would, like, the fact that she decorated that entire house in one night, or the fact at the very end that she like.
Took the red eye.
She took the red eye and flew back and set up an entire museum exhibit.
Like, and she still looks amazing.
Oh, always.
When they first call her to ask her to come, they really set it up as though somebody is dead.
For sure.
Yeah, about that.
I have some bad news.
Wait, what's going on?
You're leaving for Africa tomorrow, right?
Yes, well, you know how Mom was supposed to watch the kids?
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that the actor who plays the sister, has just like no emotion the whole time.
I know that they came back before the actual day of Christmas, but the fact that these parents just left their kids at home for 2 weeks right before Christmas is
At the beginning, the little boy is like, I don't know why, it just doesn't feel like Christmas. And we're like, because your parents are gone. They left.
To Africa. Is that a traditional place that people go for Christmas?
It's also so vague. Like, Africa is a lot of places.
I know. It's like, where in Africa?
Those kids were very unique.
No, I told Zach, the niece, like, she was badly cast in terms of, like, she was too old. Like, it would have been a better story with 2 little kids.
Mm-hmm.
But that little actor was my favorite part of the movie because she didn't have many lines. And she would be looking back like, I see what they're doing back. Like, she just, like, made herself a part of that story.
Also, even though it was so cringe to watch, the storyline between the mom and Tommy was cute. That was cute.
I thought it was a better romance than that should have been what the movie was.
Oh, for sure, it should have been.
That was cute.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. Usually in these movies, they have that like one moment, the cutesy Christmas moment. I felt like that was like everything in this movie. So it felt
I will
weird.
say the 12 Days of Christmas was like a unique, cute thing to do.
Well, you say that when you haven't watched these movies. This is only number 6. We've already had a 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh, really?
It's a different tradition thing.
But also the way that, like, this is what I meant with those kids were unique because, like, no kid in their right mind is going to want to sit around all day and make snowflakes.
Oh my God, it looked like they made enough snowflakes. They just slaved all
I know, it looks
day.
like it was like that was their day, just fucking cutting construction paper all day.
Then their aunt just left earlier, so you know that the parents are going to roll up and be like, what the fuck? Like, we have to take all this shit down.
Who held a formal in our garage?
Can we talk about the greatest mystery of this movie that we've yet to discuss? What did the maracas mean?
The infamous maracas need no explanation, am I right?
The translation to that is the writers didn't want to do anything with that.
It's like, why even have maracas there in the first place?
It felt like every 2 minutes they were like, do you remember this Christmas thing? And I'm like, did y'all hang out not in December ever?
One of the wonderful Christmas stories that they brought up was that he wanted to go sledding and she wanted to play video games. What a great memory.
Yeah. Well, you're leaving out the best part, which is that she ended up saying, okay, fine, I'll go sledding, and he broke her arm.
And he shoved her into a tree. And then he was like, no, I didn't. And she was like, the teacher saw you, or Mr. Robert, or something like that. And he was
and
like,
he's like, you'll never forget that, will you? It's like, yeah, that's childhood trauma.
Also, I gotta say, I hate this trope so much. The person who sells fucking Christmas trees is not gonna put out that shitty ass Christmas tree. That thing doesn't make it to the lot. Why in every Christmas movie is there a shitty Christmas tree that no one's buying the shitty Christmas tree.
Maybe you just get there after all the people with good hearts bought them all.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, man, when they decorated that tree and then, like, revealed it, like, they had to go get Grandma and bring her upstairs.
Still looks like shit.
And it looked horrible. It was such a horribly ugly tree. That conversation when they're putting together the tree and the niece is like, I think he likes you. He's 3 feet behind her.
They're in a child's bedroom. They're on either side of a child's bed.
Like, he can hear everything they're saying.
Yeah, they played with that a lot. They also used that when she was like on FaceTime, which, you know, is over the speaker.
Yeah, exactly.
She walks like a foot away and they're like, we're not coming home. We may not be there before Christmas. And then she's like, oh no, well, let me get the kids. And they're like right there. Like, they probably heard that.
There was also multiple times where there was no way that she slept.
No.
Like when she decorated the entire house inside and out in one night, which is like not possible
Not possible.
And then like the amount of flights that she took a 10 a.m. flight, flew there, and did the like museum thing, or the curator thing, and then she was like, I quit and left and took another flight back to Nashville, and then spent all night in beginning of Christmas morning by herself making a museum exhibit
Also
for this guy.
Also at her job that she just got, and she took all the artwork that other people made out of the gallery.
She was like, I'll take the job, but you gotta let me seduce my boyfriend first.
One of my favorite lines that I forgot about is when they're like in the exhibit at the end, and she's like,
We have one more test.
Test? We in class?
A chemistry test.
Oh my God. That was so stupid. And then they kiss and she immediately goes,
What?
I don't know.
way to ruin the moment, Rudy. Come on.
So, we've got Jared Joseph as Drew. On a scale of 1 to 10, how dateable is this character?
I'd say like a 7.
I was gonna give him a 6.
A 6?
Yeah.
Because he's obviously a cutie patootie, but he doesn't seem super reliable.
Yeah, for sure.
He doesn't seem to be able to genuinely apologize very well.
Yes.
And we don't really know what he does.
Yeah. I would say for all those reasons, as well as the fact that he is only kind of trying to get with her after his relationship with the first choice isn't working out.
It definitely feels like she's the second choice.
Yeah, it just kind of lowers his, I would say he's a 6 for me, yeah.
Who is the MVP in this movie for you guys?
I think it might be the mom, like the grandma, because she's got her own little side thing, and she definitely like orchestrates the Drew thing. Like when he comes over and they have their conversation, I think that she ultimately is the one who makes him like be a little better.
I will say you brought up a lot of good points about grandma, but and you kind of changed my mind a little bit, but I'm gonna say the kid, Dan.
Oh, Dan's good.
And I'm gonna say he's the MVP because he truly embodies the Christmas spirit, and he's just like a good dude, like just a good little kid. And if anything made me feel like Christmassy about that movie, it was him.
Oh my God, that moment where she says she's leaving and he's like about to cry, I was like, oh buddy,
It's very
no!
sad. It's very sad. Yeah, I'm choosing the kid.
Emily, Zach, where can people find you if they want to follow your Christmassy hijinks this year and beyond?
I am on Instagram at Emily June Kipp. You can also check out my new Etsy page, Clever Girl Clay.
You can find me, I'm Zach P. Tabor on Instagram.
You can also check out Wayward Sisters Theater. And we'll probably, I don't know, do something Christmas-y or something. I'm great at advertising myself.
Thank you guys so much for being here today. And thank you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow to discuss the Christmas Yule blog with Jenna Kirking, and every day this month to talk about a different Christmas flick. If you had a holly jolly time watching this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to follow me into my descent into Lifetime madness, you can subscribe and press that little bell icon, because every time a bell rings, you'll get notified about a new video that I post. I'll see you tomorrow. Merry Christmas.
How about a lie? You wanna know how I got these?
Infamous maracas.